A very good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I would like to invite you now for the next session, Plenary 2. So we are indeed very proud to have our Director of English Language Teaching Center, Puan Farah Mardhy binti Aman, and she is going to deliver her thoughts on a very interesting topic, dynamic pedagogies and impacting innovations in ELT. What is our direction? So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to invite our moderator for today's session, a very senior head of department from English Language Teaching Center, Puan Audrey Lim. Thank you. Over to you, Puan Audrey.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the second day of the second International Conference on English Language, Icel 2022. Without further ado, I'd like to invite our esteemed speaker for today, Puan Farah Mardhy binti Aman. Let's give her a hand. A very good morning, Puan Farah. It gives me great honor to introduce our esteemed speaker for today. She's also my director. She's the director of the English Language Teaching Center. And Puan Farah was appointed to this position on the 1st of June, 2018. Before that, she was also our deputy director from January to May of 2018. And in the year 2009 and 2018, Puan Farah was also the head of Management Services Department in the English Language Teaching Center, or ELTC. And Puan Farah received her first degree in the teaching of English as second language, TESOL, from the University Kebangsaan, Malaysia in 1995. And she started a career as a teacher in school in 1995 as well. And because of her interest in management, Puan Farah went on to pursue her master's degree in human resources in 2002 in University Putra, Malaysia. After that, she joined the textbook division, the Ministry of Education, as an Assistant Director of the Secondary School Publishing Unit. And she served in a capacity in 2003. And she moved on to be appointed as the Student Affairs Officer in 2005 at the English Language Teaching Center. And thereafter, in 2006, Puan Farah was appointed as the Course Secretary at ELTC. Puan Farah Mardhy binti Aman has a very colorful, and she's a very experienced person in human resource management. And in recognition of her contributions at the regional level, Puan Farah Mardhy binti Aman was appointed as the Senior Regional English Language Center Governing Board member, representing Malaysia since 2018 till now. Puan Farah has a lot of passion for paradigm shift. And having served under her leadership for almost 10 years now, it gives me great honor to know that she's a very futuristic leader. She strives for dynamic projection of multi-dimensional initiatives, and she's also moving forward the digital innovations. I think all of us heard about Improve and our microcreds. That's under the guidance and leadership of our beloved director, Puan Farah Mardhy binti Aman. And she has a really deep growth mindset, and she's moving the whole institution towards that direction. So today, with great honor, I'd like to now invite Puan Farah Mardhy binti Aman, the Director of English Language Teaching Center, to present on the topic Dynamic Pedagogies and Impacting Innovations in English Language Teaching. What is our direction? Let's put our hands together for our Director, Puan Farah Mardhy binti Aman. Thank you, Puan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and salam sejahtera. Thank you to my lovely host or moderator for today, Puan Audrey, and to Yang Berbahagia Datin, Yang Berusaha Doktor, directors and assistant directors of the Teacher Education Institutes that are present today. And we have Ms. Susan Leong, the director of CMIO RELC Singapore, with us today. Representatives and officers of divisions in the MOE, state and district education officers, plenary and workshop speakers, judges, presenters, and participants of Icel 2022. It is my pleasure to be here to meet all of you at the second International Conference on English Language, Icel 2022. First, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all English language teaching or ELT practitioners and educators for participating in this annual conference. I hope you will gain many insights and ideas throughout the conference. Our theme this year is envisioning the future of English language education, exploring innovations and best practices in English language teaching. As the director of the English Language Teaching Center, a center that focuses on in-service teacher training, it is apt for me to discuss on aspects related to teacher development through dynamic pedagogies and innovations. Hence, the topic of my presentation is dynamic pedagogies and impacting innovations in ELT. What is our direction? Ladies and gentlemen, what is the direction of our English language education? What are our strategies to enhance our English language education? Where are we now? And what is the way forward? This would be the premise of my discussion today. So the advancement of education at the international level has been so drastic, along with the enhancement of science and technology. From a knowledge-based education system, the world is experiencing the industrial influence on education. The fourth industrial revolution has changed the nature of many jobs and, in fact, created new ones. This has a strong impact on education, as the development of a nation is highly dependent on technology and human skills. Automation, robotization, have become the crucial curriculum in most developed countries. This has a global effect. Education 4.0 requires the adoption of digital knowledge and expertise in the curriculum. Ladies and gentlemen, are we in this direction? The Malaysian Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025 is a comprehensive plan designed as a master plan to produce citizens who can perform at the international level. This is a progressive approach taken to move forward with equitable growth. The English Language Roadmap 2015 to 2025 was developed to support the MEB. This is a structured plan which underlines the roles and responsibilities of all divisions and agencies in developing English language in the country. This roadmap serves as a guide to achieve the plan to reform English language education in the country. And you are all here involved in this reform. The aim is to develop English language education of international standards by providing quality education. The English Language Teaching Center, or ELTC, has been entrusted the central role in driving the English language reform plan. Our vision is to be the leading provider of ELT training in the region as an in-service training center. Our mission at ELTC is to impact ELT practices through research, quality training, and classroom innovations. Over the past 20 years, we have successfully planned and implemented several initiatives and programs to support teachers. The first initiative that we have, that is the professional upskilling of English language teachers, or the acronym is ProELT. Nowadays we call ProELT Enhance. It's an initiative to enhance the proficiency level of English language teachers in Malaysia. Through this program, we continuously support teachers to improve their proficiency. We provide online courses where teachers are guided with modules and moderation. So our aim is to help all English language teachers to be proficient users of the language. Next, this is a popular initiative in schools. We have the Highly Immersive Program, or HIP, which is designed to create an immersive environment for English language in 10,230 schools in Malaysia, vocational colleges, matriculation colleges, and the Institute of Teacher Education in Malaysia. So this is a dynamic program involving MOE divisions, state education departments, district education departments, and schools and colleges. The idea of creating an immersive environment in schools to enhance the contact hours with English language through in-class and out-of-class activities. And I would like to give a look, commend all the schools for having this HIP in their schools. Thank you very much to all the 10,230 schools. You deserve the huge clap for today. So program peningkatan kemahiran bahasa Inggeris, that's another initiative that we have in schools, and better known as PPK-BIS. It's an enhancement English skills, how to enhance the English skills in schools. And the focus is to improve students' proficiency through courses supporting teacher subject matter development And this program focuses on students' outcome measured through improved proficiency in the SPM examination, or the Malaysian Certificate of Examination. So you do have, the PPKBS, which last year has already given such a big impact on hotspot schools. Ladies and gentlemen, digitizing education is the latest development in the country. So the pandemic has had a positive impact nationwide with the COVID-19. And teachers are actually more digitally literate. And they are able to be creative and innovative in their teaching. So realizing this new potential, the government has a comprehensive transformation plan for education. Digitalization is a step towards strengthening teachers' digital competencies. In accordance with this development, at ELTC, we have developed a multitude of courses for English language teachers. We have developed a professional development portal called Improve. What is Improve? It's an acronym. It is an integrated micro-learning program with robust virtual experience platform. That is Improve. So this Improve portal is designed with or based on the Tpac Framework. What is a Tpac Framework? It stands for technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge. And also, it has the continuous professional development element in the framework for ELT professionals and personalized microlearning. So you are able to come on board and join the micro learning through the courses that we have on Improve. Teachers are able to do bits and chunks of short courses on the Improve. So from 2020 onwards, ELTC began offering micro-credentials, or we call MCs, for professional development training to local, and in fact, we have international ESL teachers and ELT practitioners on board. MCs offered on Improve platform are known as Improve Creds, stand-alone courses which enhance growth mindset towards competency-based professional development. Up to 14th of September 2022, I'm proud to say that the Improve training portal offers 195 active micro courses with an overall of 67,085 course participants nationwide. So the main objective of the portal is to hone improvement, broadening of knowledge, understanding, and skills, and to ensure development of personal qualities necessary for the execution of professional programs or duties throughout the working lives of ESL teachers and ELT practitioners. The Improve portal will put rich resources in the form of micro courses at the fingertips of our ESL teachers and ELT practitioners. With rapid advancements in education, it is vital that ESL teachers and ELT practitioners continue to keep themselves abreast with new developments that would provide better services to this nation. The effectiveness of the Improve portal was evident during the COVID-19 pandemic when the education fraternity came to a standstill. This is a period where ESL teachers and ELT practitioners required more assistance in remote teaching strategies and application of digital tools to cope with online classroom teaching. So in this predicament, ELTC was all set to march forward in being one of the leading institutions to offer a full-fledged online course to its stakeholders. One evident milestone that needs to be mentioned here is the success of the Malaysian Technical Cooperation Program, or Mtcp, online courses. This program is organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In 2020, at the peak of the pandemic standstill, ELTC successfully trained 3 cohorts of international teaching professionals under the Mtcp program. And they come from far and wide, from Philippines, from Cambodia, from Vietnam, from Kazakhstan, and also from even Bolivia. So it also needs to be mentioned here that ELTC is the first institution in the Ministry of Education, Malaysia, to embark on the journey to utilize the concept of micro-credentials on open learning and improve with no effect to the turbulence caused by the pandemic in the sphere of teacher professional development. So in the near future, through the improved portal, ELTC hopes to give access to a wide range of local and international networked personal study, and professionalization services, formal as well as informal, and from a variety of institutions. ELTC is also proud with the efforts to integrate, improve with artificial intelligence, as mentioned by yesterday Professor Barry mentioned about artificial intelligence. But here, improve. We will include AI technology to support data analysis, and program upgrading is underway. So apart from our initiatives and our micro courses, we have several CPD courses for teachers from preschool right up to secondary school. Courses like English for preschool teachers, which we feel that is good for the foundation of the children, because preschool are the foundation of, the rest of other students when they go to the primary and the secondary. Next, we have action research for ELT practitioners. We have also program Intervensi Bahasa Inggeris and intervention program for the non-option teachers who are also teaching English in schools. We call PITO TESOL. We have assessment literacy, which is also a very much sought after course. Now with the school-based assessment on the way, we need teachers to know how to assess, how to come up with item writing, how to assess not using paper and pencil through the activities in class. So we have this assessment literacy course. And then writing for upper and lower secondary, which is also critical for all students to write well, to have a flair in writing. So we must have our teachers to have a flair in writing as well. And then specialist course in English language, or SCAL, and aesthetics for children and literature for primary schools are some of our much on-demand courses. Through these courses, we provide new strategies to enhance teachers' pedagogical skills. All these are part of our initiatives to upskill and enhance English language pedagogies in the country. By looking at our students' outcomes and teachers' performance, I believe that we have been very successful in our continuous support for ELT. Ladies and gentlemen, thus far I have elaborated on the initiatives and programs that we have embarked on to keep in line with global development in the education field. This is where we are and what we are currently doing. What is our next plan? How do we enhance English language teaching and learning? I think in order to answer this pertinent question, we need to explore on what other countries are doing. In Singapore, I'm taking an example from our close country, neighbor country. English language is recognized as a linguistic resource necessary in a world of global economic competition. Like Malaysia, English language teaching is influenced by media and technology. And I know they are very much into technology. Thus, the education policy in Singapore highlights multiliteracies. The term multiple literacies, it recognizes that there are many ways to relay and receive information, and that students need to be proficient in each one of them. So today, students need to be proficient in visual, textual, digital, and technology literacy. Moving with the current times, English language curriculum in Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei, and many other countries are centered around the use of multiliteracies and digital pedagogy. Texts are hybrid in nature, and learning is based on interactive systems. This also allows students to gain deeper understanding of subject matter and apply their learning experiences to their communities and their own lives. The 5 approaches to learning, that is developing thinking skills, social skills, communication skills, self-management skills, and research skills, along with the 6 approaches to teaching, like teaching that is inquiry-based, conceptually based, contextualized, collaborative, differentiated, and informed by assessment, encompass the key values and principles of digital pedagogy in many countries. I believe this development is going to be relevant here and will grow into different forms and space. We need to find ways to develop our content in language through multiple methodologies. Our pedagogies should be dynamic to meet the demands of the future. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are aiming to produce students who are globally competent, we need to develop the global skills. So what are those global skills? The Program for International Student Assessment, or PISA, defines reading literacy as students' capacity to understand, use, evaluate, reflect on, and engage with text to achieve one's goals, develop one's knowledge and potential, and participate in society. So how do we develop these abilities among our students? These are critical thinking skills, and to teach these skills, our pedagogy should be engaging. In the United Kingdom, English lessons are taught across the curriculum. So even if there is a science subject, students are scored for their language ability. So this is interesting, and perhaps we can consider this for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, amongst recent modern transformative pedagogies and with the enhancement in digital technology, blended learning has emerged as the successful pedagogy. Blended learning involves combining both online and face-to-face interaction or instruction, usually alongside one another in one session, to deepen the learning experience for students. The blended learning model or hybrid education framework, designed and adopted by Singapore, is a good example to follow. So the framework is an integration curriculum standard with technology, ensuring incorporation of other pedagogies as experiential, embodied, computational learning, and multiliteracies. Perhaps we need to design a conceptual framework to integrate technology, curriculum, pedagogies, and resources, the crucial elements of, for our English language education system. Blended learning is not a new approach for ELTC. and not for us also. In fact, at ELTC, most of our courses are designed in a blended mode. I would like to propose that we need to conceptualize a more integrated approach where traditional teaching and learning pedagogies and online pedagogies complement each other in a more comprehensive plan. Ladies and gentlemen, what is new today will be obsolete in the near future. Am I right? This is how technology is moving us. And we are being moved by the technology. And we need to think of tomorrow and the days after. The only way we can survive the surge in knowledge and technological advancement is through innovations. As I've mentioned earlier, the pandemic has driven us to find new ways of, how we approach our students. I have seen how teachers share their newfound methods and strategies on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, etc., which I don't have the account, none of them. I don't have an account with Facebook or YouTube, YouTube, sorry, or even Instagram. We have seen one popular figure nowadays, our Sir Icel, who uses TikTok in his teaching, and that innovation has influenced so many others in their teaching. I am indeed proud that we have survived the pandemic successfully through our efforts. So Icel 2022 is showcasing teachers' innovations through digital innovations in ELT. This is another evidence of innovations among our teachers, so we should be proud of these innovations. We need to embrace this effort as our culture. Ladies and gentlemen, we have adopted the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, or CFR, as the standard benchmark for our assessment. We aspire to reach the standard accordingly, and this is supported by our national curriculum. What we need to do now is to be creative and innovative in our teaching strategies and how we can help students to reach the standards. Teachers need to collaborate and share ideas. We have the PLCs. We share with other teachers from other schools in the district, for example. Today, we witness teacher influencers in the social media exchanging their best practices. And I think many also here are teacher influencers, perhaps. This is very encouraging and a good culture. In countries like Singapore and in the Philippines, teachers use lesson study as a powerful strategy to improve teaching. Lesson study is not new in Malaysia, but it has not become a widespread practice nowadays. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm coming to the end of my presentation. Albert Einstein once said, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change." To survive the changing world, education has to be dynamic. This means the way we educate should be relevant and pertinent. Our strategies and methodologies need to relate to our surrounding. Our pedagogy should focus on future needs. We need to develop innovative minds. We need to ensure this is our new culture. We need to think ahead. In 10 years' time, what do we do with our English language education? How do we improve our language system? So this requires our concerted effort. To this end, I believe we are on the right path and we will survive the future. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Another round of a big applause to Puan Farah binti Aman, who has just presented on a very dynamic topic. And the topic is dynamic pedagogies and impacting innovations in English language teaching. Puan Farah has given us a few key points that are very, very pertinent to our current happenings in the education realm. Puan Farah's key word was dynamic. How do we remain dynamic and manage change and have the ability to change with times so that, quote unquote, what's new today will be obsolete tomorrow. Therefore, how do we remain relevant? Puan Farah touched on a few points about multi-literacies, digital pedagogies, and innovative practices. So these are some prodding points that we can think about, and we will move on to our question and answer session. I have here one question. We have time enough for another 2 more questions. We are right on time with a very fruitful and inspiring and informative presentation just now. And we have all seen what ELTC has been doing to fulfill the aspirations of the Ministry of Education. We've also talked about how ELTC's CPD plans on how to actually escalate and also upskill our teachers, in-service teachers from preschool right up to post-secondary. So Puan Farah, we have one question here for you from the audience. The question goes, with so much training, why is the proficiency level of teachers still at a rather low level? And that's the question, Puan?
All right. We are talking about proficiency level of our teachers. So we are actually continuously improving the proficiency level of our teachers, and we are always aiming for the international standards. We want our teachers to be proficient users of the language. We set the standards, and many of our teachers have achieved CFR levels of C1 and C2. We believe, yeah? Give yourself a huge clap. Because to me, we need to get the standard. We need to have that standard. Because by the end of the day, this is for our students. And this can be seen from the last SPM result, 2021. How the results are good is because of our teachers. So we believe over time, yeah, and practice through our CPD courses, we believe that teachers will be proficient in the language, Audrey.
Thank you so much. And based on the presentation by our director, Puan Farah binti Aman just now, she also talked a lot about autonomy and ownership.
Yeah.
So therefore, probably the ownership is also upon the teachers to take charge of your learning.
Definitely.
And with the multitude of courses being offered by our neighboring country, Singapore, as mentioned by Puan Farah, and also the 600 over courses on improve. So probably that's one of the ways and methods, for us to move forward with also taking ownership of our own learning. Yeah.
Yes.
So we have time for questions from the floor. Do we have any questions from the online participants? Let me just check, Puan.
Okay.
Okay, we have a very silent group today. Looks like everybody is internalizing, yeah, the presentation just now.
And
Any
they know very
questions
much
from
about
anyone?
ELTC, I guess.
Yes, they are. Yes. Do you have any questions? Yes, sir. Please come forward and to the mic in the front, and you may pose your question, yeah? may also write down your question and pass it to our officer. Mr. Vicky, can you please stand by?
Yes. Okay. Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm Mr. Puan from SK Taman Parijaya. Okay, my question for you, madam. With the current technological advancements in our curriculum, but there are still schools like in remote areas without any technological facilities, right? And I've also seen or witnessed in urban areas students who are not well equipped with the current technological advancements like gadgets, right? So how are we going to curb these issues in the education system? Thank you. That's my question.
Thank you. Okay, I'll try my best to answer. Okay, one of the aspirations of the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2030 to 2025 is the access and equity. And the government has given much attention and focus on the infrastructure, especially on the internet access to schools. So the focus of infrastructure is very important. And as of August 2022, 94% of populated areas have access to the 4G network. And MOE has adopted this, a plan to bridge the gap by providing laptops and devices for the schools. So with this, we hope that in time, teachers and students will get the benefit out of this effort by the government. And gradually, we will not stop here. I mean, we will still try to provide the facilities and the infrastructure needed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Puan Farah, for the answer. Everything takes time.
Yes.
Yeah, so they, like Puan Farah has mentioned, the ministry is moving forward with the digital policy plan. So it may come to fruition in future. So let's have this hope. Yeah. So like Prof. Barry O'Sullivan said yesterday, the education system can never be without the teacher. So still the teacher, you are the best resources. Just like Puan Farah has mentioned just now, we build our capacity and we are the resources, the dynamic resources. So, ladies and gentlemen, this session has been very intriguing, very inspiring, very informative, but we have come to the end of the session. Time is against us in many ways. We have many papers lined up, but we will take a break for tea. And once again, thank you so much, Puan Farah binti Aman, for the very, very inspiring and also informative plenary session just now. Another round of applause for Puan Farah binti Aman.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the plenary session. We will take a break for 30 minutes. I would like to kindly request that